over the past several weeks, I've been spending time making little keepsakes for the little ones in my family, including this little flower fairy and a little kookaburra. And while making these little treasures, I've been thinking a lot about how to make figures more flexible. If you've been part of the Little Worlds community for a little while, you'll know that I've spent quite a lot of time making spun cotton figures. I love nothing more than to sculpt and paint little faces, hands, and paws. But generally speaking, spun cotton figures have one big limitation. They have limited movement. Let me show you with a mouse I made recently. If I try and move the arms, you'll see that the stiff cotton is cracking, and it makes a noise that I find irritating and unpleasant. How you decide to make a figure or doll depends on what your goal is. If your vision is to create a still installation or illustration, making a figure using the spun cotton technique is perfect. But if you are like me and you like to pose and play with your characters, turning them from dolls to puppets, then you'll need to be a little bit creative and think outside of the box, perhaps bringing together techniques that you wouldn't have thought belonged together. And this was a lesson I learnt recently when I made my little flower fairy. Her head, her hands, and her feet are made from cotton, but I needle felted the rest of her. And as a result, she is posable. She can look up, she can move her arms, her legs, and she can sit. So let me explain in a little bit more detail how you can make a posable figure, bringing together needle felting with the spun cotton technique. While making this little friend for my nephew, I'll outline the key steps. To make the body or core of your figure, you will need wool, needle felting needles, and a mat. You'll notice that I've already made the cat's armature and head. The cat's head was made with cotton balls. If you would like to learn how to make a cat using the spun cotton method, I've included links to other tutorials of mine in the description box. To make the core, wrap your figure's body tightly with wool. The needles are sharp, Wonder Weavers, so please make sure that while using them, you always point your needles downwards and you keep your fingers away from them. Little shallow movements are best. Now you might be wondering, Wonder Weavers, which gauge needles am I using? And I'm sorry to say I can't actually tell you. I'm pretty new to needle felting, and because I'm a beginner, I purchased a packet of needle felting needles from a local discount store, and unfortunately the numbers or the gauges weren't listed on the packet. What I can tell you is that the needles I'm using are coarser, they have large barbs, and this type of needle grabs a lot of wool, helping you shape the core quickly. And I'm guessing that the numbers or the gauge of these needles are between 34 and 36. Once the wool of the body is compact and tight, I move on to the limbs. I wrap a short length of wool around the upper parts of the cat's arms and legs. Holding the wool tightly, I attach the end of the length of the wool with a finer needle. After removing the excess fibre from the exposed chenille sticks, I make the cat's paws and tail. I do this by wrapping cotton around the chenille sticks and then dampening the cotton with a PVA glue and water mixture. Once the kitten's paws and tail have dried, I dress him and add the finishing touches to his face. So as you can see, Wonder Weavers, my little friend can wave, he can stretch out his arms, he can sit, and he can get excited, for he is about to get on a plane and fly over the ocean to go and live in a little mouse house. Thank you so much for watching, Wonder Weavers. Now I would really love to hear from you and find out what you're creating at the moment. Please share with me in the comments below. And don't forget that you can connect with me on other platforms such as Instagram and Substack. All of my details are in the description box below. Until the next time, take care, stay well, and don't forget to play. Adios. Ciao.